many people in diverse organisations, we have urged them to find others with whom they can have honest discussions about the true nature of leadership. Our ambition is that this book will provide the questions that fuel those discussions. The big question remains: why should anyone be led by you? Introduction. Why should anyone be led by you? At the beginning of the new millennium, our research was driven by this single, simple question. It had an impact. Audiences we addressed throughout the world paused for thought when they were asked it. Rooms fell silent as people pondered their right to lead and the willingness of their followers to be led by them. A Harvard Business Review article with the question as its title produced a flood of communication. Over the last 5 years, the question has taken us in intriguing, exciting, and often perplexing directions. Along the way, we have interviewed dozens of leaders and their followers in the corporate world and beyond, in schools, hospitals, sports organisations, and elsewhere. After all, leadership is all-embracing. It is not the sole preserve of high-profile CEOs. As we have continued to work with students and consulting clients, we have learned even more. This is a book whose genesis was driven by a question, but it is one whose fruition, we hope, provides a range of answers to the leadership riddles and dilemmas we now face, as well as an entirely new range of questions. Our own work on leadership began some 25 years ago and has followed 3 paths. First, as academics, we exhaustively surveyed the leadership research of the past century before developing our own working model. Second, as consultants, we tested our approach with managers and leaders in workshops worldwide and through observations with scores of clients. And third, as leaders, we vetted our ideas in our own organisations. Throughout, the focus of our research has been on leaders who excel at inspiring people, leaders who succeed in capturing hearts, minds, and souls. We are fascinated by leadership that, reaching back to the ideas of Max Weber, is anti-bureaucratic and charismatic. To have leaders with these qualities is not everything in business, but our contention is that it is worth a substantial amount. Indeed, great results are likely to be impossible without it. Make no mistake, leadership is about results. Great leadership has the potential to excite people to extraordinary levels of achievement. But it is not only about performance, it is also about meaning. This is an important point, and one that is often overlooked by contemporary leadership literature. Leaders at all levels make a difference to performance. They do so because they make performance meaningful. It is to state the obvious that the impact of leadership on our lives is profound, at work, in our spiritual lives, in sport, and of course in politics. But this observation does capture a peculiarly modern obsession: the search for authentic leaders. In Western societies at least, there is a deep and deepening disenchantment with the able role player, or worse still, the skilled apparatchik of the political or corporate kind. We are increasingly suspicious that we are being worked. The search for authenticity is ever more pressing. The authentic quest. There is evidence of the desire for authenticity all around us in popular culture. The seemingly inexorable rise of reality TV, a truly Orwellian phrase as participants are manipulated for an anonymous and isolated audience of voyeurs, is one manifestation. Or we can watch soap operas portraying a nostalgic view of communities, filling the gap left by the decline in genuinely communal life painstakingly dissected in Robert Putnam's Bowling Alone. These questions about authenticity are related to a wider set of concerns about how we live now. Critics of modern societies persistently point to 3 concerns that, in their view, restrict or prevent the authentic expression of humanity and make it harder to be yourself. To begin with, there is the triumph of individualism. If there is one overriding characteristic of the modern era, it is the extension of personal freedom through the march of individualism. At the heart of this, of course, lies a paradox. While few would deny that modern life has increased the scope for human choice, many have cautioned against the rise of excessive individualism, a world characterized not by the authentic expression of self, but as simply selfish. At its core, this critique argues that authenticity itself rests upon some sense of moral regulation. We cannot be free.